What is up, everybody? This is Omegabalmung. Like I said, I was gonna do a Friday show where it's more like a podcast. I don't know what you want to call it, but what I wanted to do was come in front of the camera and just talk a little bit about games on Friday. So the format for today, for my Friday shows, are I'm going to post it on Friday. And what it's going to be about in video format is just me talking about some games I've been playing, and then of course some of the news that I found pretty interesting throughout the week. So I'll try to dig them up as soon as I can, and then I'll post them, or I'll talk about them. But like I said, I just wanted to talk about, for everybody to kind of get to know who I am first, what games I play, and things like that, and then we'll talk about some news and things like that, and just to kind of lighten things up. So, like I said, this week, if you guys know me for so far, I played a lot of different types of games, JRPG, shooters, survival, I guess you want to call that, and just a whole bunch of fighters, whatever you want to call it. That's I play those type of games. But I've been a little bit busy lately, so I haven't gotten too much of a chance to play a lot of games. I kind of stick to one or two games now. For now, I've been playing a lot of Digimon, the Digimon Story, Cyber Sleuth. That's a totally weird name. I know it's weird, but it's actually a pretty. I totally enjoyed it because I grew up watching Digimon. I remember watching a lot of it back then. And it was kind of like I watched it a little bit more than Pokemon, but I love the Pokemon games more than Digimon, even though Digimon had some really good games. Unfortunately, they're not like, the number one was good, Digimon World was good, Digimon World 2 kind of sucked, Digimon World 3 was okay, and then it just kind of fell down from there. But with the Digimon Cyber Sleuth game that just came out like about 2 weeks ago, I'm really having fun with that. I just like to digivolve my Digimon. That's pretty much it. I just want to get to War Greymon and call it a day. I'll be done with it. But no, it's cool to see all these Digimon that you can get. You can digivolve them between, different Digimons. You don't have to, Agumon just doesn't digivolve into Greymon. He digivolves into, whatever, there's like 4 or 5 Digimons he could digivolve into in his champion form. And then in his ultimate form, if you want to digivolve into ultimate form, of course, but before that, I want to talk about that, you actually have to meet certain level requirements, and then certain, like stats or something like that, so to be able to digivolve them. So, each one has a different requirement, and then you digivolve them to that, and then of course it goes from champion to ultimate. Actually, you can start as a baby. I forgot what they're called, but a baby. You go to rookie, and then champion, ultimate. Then is it mega? I can't remember. It's been a while since I watched Digimon, so that's pretty cool. So, and then you have 3 characters, 3 Digimon in your party. Not at the same doing battles at the same time. You can actually have more than that, but they are in the reserve. But it's just pretty much a turn-based RPG game. You know how much I love it. Mostly when it's Digimon, you can use all those. Hopefully Pokemon does something different, because like I said, Pokemon is so much a better game than Digimon, and they have a lot more lore, and it just sounds more grounded. But I feel like I just can't play Pokemon because it's the same game I've been playing since Red and Blue and Yellow, and it's just, I can't do that anymore. I just can't, unfortunately. Then the next game I just got pretty much new was Street Fighter V. If you haven't seen my unboxing video for that, I actually put it up a few days ago, or actually a launch day for Street Fighter V, and I'm really kind of enjoying that game, and I'll talk a little bit more in the news about that. But so far, it's a good game. It's missing some things, but the core mechanics of the game is there. It's actually really good. But I won't go into further about that because we'll talk about that later in the news. Next, a big game that I've been playing for the longest time. I wish I could check my Steam account. I totally forgot to check my Steam account, how many hours I logged into it. I've been playing about maybe a month and a half now. It's a game on Steam. It's an early access game, and I just really enjoyed playing it. It's a fun game. I love it, and it is called Rust. If you haven't seen any videos for Rust, I suggest you go out into YouTube, whatever you want to go to, and look for videos for it. It's a really awesome game. So the premise is you start out pretty much naked. with literally naked. You don't have the clothes on. The game starts out with this, with you're down there censored, and then of course you can turn it off, which I usually turn it off, but it just looks weird with it being censored, and then you wear pants and it kind of glitches out of it, and just still big censor. But anyways, you start out naked, and then you kind of go out there and find different materials to build houses, to just do things. I mean, that's, to me, it's really cool. I really love about the game is just that I just want to build things and farm materials. I was always a worker than a guy who kind of just plans everything. So I kind of like just to work, go out there, grab a bunch of wood, grab a bunch of stone, and build things. Then, of course, you also have to play with other people who can actually kill you. So you have to keep that in mind. You have to keep the fact that you're naked. You have to build fast. You have to build. You got to farm materials fast. You got to worry about the people that's around you. You also have to worry about bears and dogs that you can walk into. You have to keep yourself from being too wet, too cold, too hot. You have to eat. You have to do all that, and just. To me, that's super fun. People can come and, when you build your house, people will come and raid you and things like that. I think the last time I checked, I think I put in about almost probably close to 300 hours in that game, just doing things like that. I don't really go out and kill people unless, I'm provoked to. That's the way I kind of play, and I don't go out there and just start shooting people. So unless you walked into, and I tell you, get away from my base. I will shoot you, and things like that. And then if they don't, then I'll shoot them. Or they're coming and raiding. I'll shoot them. But like I said, it's a fun game. I just want to even though I kind of just want to go over to the PvE servers and play, just build things and farm things. That's the point of Rust. As much as I like to just do that, I like the fact that you always have to keep that in the back of your head that somebody's going to come around the corner and kill you, and that's to me is gets my heart going, and I'm just like, I gotta farm this thing as quick as I can. Oh my gosh, somebody's gonna come and shoot me in the head with a sniper or something like that. So like I said, if you haven't checked out Rust yet, there was a sale in about 2 weeks back, or maybe like a week ago, that was $9. For right now, it's actually $19.99. You need a pretty decent PC to play it, or else you'd be like my brother with his laptop super low, to the point where you're playing it on like a smaller screen, windowed screen, and then it just doesn't run. It still runs like crud, and I just don't find it fun. But if you can play it at like the medium settings, I think you're good to play. It's a fun game. Check it out. I think what are they called, Face Punch or something? I don't remember what the developers were, but awesome game. I do like if you've seen my older videos, I do like playing these survival games. If you see my DayZ videos, I do the same thing. I just go out there, farm for food, for weapons, ammo, and things like that. That's all I kind of do. I don't even want to fight people. I try to stay away from confrontation. If you come and try to rob me, I'll probably just drop all my stuff and then run away if I don't have anything. Or actually, that's a lie. I'll just kill me. It doesn't matter. I could go out and farm more stuff. So, those are pretty much the games I'll be playing. I've been playing, I should say. I do have Dying Light, the definitive edition, whatever you call it, enhanced edition. I have that to still play. Unfortunately, like before, if you guys seen my my other videos, on my hard drive, kapooey, it's done. And now I have to start over. I kind of don't want to start over because I'm a chicken, and things like that. And I kind of have to get back into the game again, and then level up, and then go play the new island that you're in for not Dead Island, for Dying Light. Did I say Dead Island before? Maybe I did, but hopefully Dead Island comes up. So that is pretty much it for what I've been playing. I don't play too much anymore. Like I said, I got class and all that, so unfortunately, that's all I can do for now. But hopefully, with spring break coming out, I can try to put a little bit more time in gaming and things like that. So hopefully everything comes out good. Most of the newer games are coming out, and hopefully I can get them. I'm probably going to scale back a little bit on that because I don't play too much, and Russ has been taking all my time. So I want to get into the news. talk about some of the news that just came out recently, mostly this week. Like I said, these are kind of news tailored to me for what I like. So if I don't cover anything like that, we can talk about it in the comments. Totally leave a comment, and if you guys want to see my input on that, I'll talk about it in the next video. But for now, this is going to be, since this is the first episode, I'll just be talking about this one, and then we'll have conversations and comments, and I'll do new videos for that and whatever comes in between that. So first is a game that I don't think not a lot of people know, unless you're a really niche type of game, niche, where I call it niche, I guess, type of gamer. You like these games. It's the Robot Tyson or Robot Wars game. This was actually Super Robot Wars OG that's coming out for the PS4. These games, I don't think it really got a US release. I think they had like maybe one or two I remember the only last one I played was on the Game Boy Advance, I think so. So it's been a while since these games has been, or at least I have played these games. But I don't think they actually had a real release, like an English release. But there is a new one coming out for the PlayStation 4 and I think Vita, maybe PS3. But they just said that, and unfortunately the link was closed or taken off. It was actually on Facebook, but they said that it's getting an English release. The problem is it's not a US release, it's an Asia release, which of course if you've seen Asia stuff, they do have translations. It's mostly probably going to be on English. I think I've seen a screenshot of it where it's just subtitles, like the Japanese, and then it's English. It's like a little subtitle on the bottom. I don't know if that's what it's really looking like, but that'd be a little bit weird. But like I said, I just want to actually just read. For those games, I don't even read any dialogue or anything. I just want to see, how do I attack? How do I do this? All menu-based things has to be in English. And that's good enough for me. I mean, attacks and things like that has to be in English. Other than that, the story I wouldn't even care too much about it. But if you know nothing about the Super Robot Wars game, it is a strategy RPG game with depends on what one you play. I guess you could play the ones with the Gundams and things like that. That's what's personally my favorite ones, or the ones that have a mixed match of different anime robots like Evangelion, Big O, and things like that. So Robotech and things like that. So there are different versions of that, but the ones I usually tend to play is the one with the Gundams, or even the ones with their own characters. So it's a strategy RPG game with grid base, but the coolest part about the game is really the animations of it. It's actually little chibi robots. They don't look like cute or anything. They actually just looks like they're the robots, and then the I guess the Gundams, you want to call them, or mechas. They're just like a miniature version of that, and they do cool battle animations when you attack, defend, and things like that. I think it's a really, really cool game. I really enjoy it. But like I said, hopefully it does get a US release, but so far it's an Asia release, so we'll just get probably subtitles and then just English menus, and that's pretty much it. So next up on the news that caught my eye was Kojima's actually wanted to, as we know, he's making a game for the PlayStation 4. Sony went out and free agent him, or franchise tag him, I guess you want to call it, grabbed him from for free agency, and now he's doing a game for PlayStation 4 for Sony, and he just came out and said, hey, I'm making this big game, it's a really expansive game. As we know, we've seen from Metal Gear Solid 5, he can do it. Fortunately, with things that happen, as I heard, the game doesn't finish. It kind of ends at or the game just doesn't end, period. So I haven't finished it yet. I gotta go back and play it, but I don't think I can anymore, because I did put 80 hours into it, and I was like on chapter 6 or 7, or maybe 8. So it took me a while to get to that, and I put 80 hours into it. So I don't know if I want to play that, another 80 hours trying to do all that. But like I said, we don't know what the game is about or anything like that, but he's gonna make a big game for that. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. If you know the Metal Gear Solid games, they took forever. They took like 4 to 5 years to come out. Hopefully, what he's doing, it doesn't take 4 to 5 years. Hopefully, at least it's going to be like about 2 to 3 years. 4 years tops, I guess, if you really want to do that. So hopefully it doesn't take so long. Hopefully it doesn't go to like a PlayStation 5. You know, it doesn't move over to the PlayStation 5 or like a really late PS4 game. I don't really want to see that because I want to play it. I want to play it and see how he is without the backing of Konami and all the restraints and everything like that. Hopefully Sony does back him up with a little bit of money, but not too much to where he can just spend whatever he wants. Hopefully we see better things from them, and their game is really good. So next up on the list for news is Koei Tecmo. Wow, I can't say anything like that. It's decided to split up into 5 different brands, I guess, or different studios. They have a lot of studios under them, and they pump out games all the time. So they decided to, we're kind of splitting our brands up and put them to their own kind of names. They do got their own names anyways, but now they're trying to focus to get everybody to know who these brands are. Not just, hey, it's a Koei Tecmo game. All they do is make Dynasty Warriors. No, they actually make some other games. Just that other studios that they have under them make those type of games. So, like I said, it's split up to 5 different brands. You have Shibusawa Co., which is I guess they make the Nobunaga Ambition games and the Kingdom of the Three, or was it Romance of the Three Kingdom games. So of course, those games are actually really good. Difficult, but really good. Then you got Omega Force, that's really their really bread and butter of Koei Tecmo. They make the Dynasty Warriors games, the Samurai Warriors game. They also make Tokaiden. I think that's how you say it, Tokaiden or Tokaiden, or whatever you want to call it. Which was a PS Vita game ported to the PlayStation 4. Now they're getting a second game for that. So Omega Force to me is really and of course they got the Attack on Titan games, which I've seen videos of, which looked fantastic. I can't wait to play it. But to me, Omega Force is really what drives Koei Tecmo, because that's their money maker. They make those games every year, and it's to me, they're always a really good game. They're not great. Maybe every 2 or 3 Dynasty Warriors, it's a really great Dynasty Warriors game. But other than that, they do good. Then next up is Team Ninja. I totally forgot about Team Ninja. I totally forgot that Koei Tecmo actually bought them. So, which they do make Ninja Gaiden. The last one we've seen was Ninja Gaiden 3 for the PS3. I think so. Yeah. They also got the updated version of that too that fixed a lot of different things. So it's been a while. Hopefully we do see a resurgence for Ninja Gaiden. Maybe in this year, maybe we'll see it in E3 or Tokyo Game Show. Hopefully, we see that. They also do the Dead or Alive series, which they're coming out with Extreme Beach Volleyball, whatever it is. I'm totally buying it. I may be a perv, I guess, but I'm always a big fan of the beach volley, the Dead or Alive beach volleyball games. I remember playing that as a kid, going to Target and actually be like, "Hey, I kind of want that game," and my dad was buying it for me. And I remember the guy on the counter was like, "Okay, whatever," and then I played the heck out of the game. My dad played it too, which is weird, but you know what? I don't care. And then next up is Gus, who does a lot of the Atelier games. I think that's how you say it. They're more of the RPG aspect of Koei Tecmo. So I think they have a game coming out soon. I totally forgot what it's called because it's a Japanese name, and I'm probably going to butcher it anyways. But like I said, they do the Atelier games, so they're more, in fact, just the RPG side of it, which is pretty cool. Hopefully they branch out and do more games instead of the Atelier games, because they keep kind of making them. You see them on Vita now. You also saw a collection, which is actually pretty cool, that they just put out maybe last year, like late last year. The collection of like 3 or 4 games that they brought out like early on, and they were kind of hard to find. But it's cool that they brought that out. So, and then the last one is Ruby Party. I don't really know anything about them. I saw the list of names on them, and I was just like, Poosh! It was over me. Maybe it's a mobile thing. I don't know anything about. Maybe it's just games that only came out in Japan. I don't know. So like I said, they're branching out themselves. Hopefully their marketing becomes a little bit better, and they can market a lot of the other ones. I know Omega Force doesn't need any marketing. They are fantastic at what they do, and they know what they're doing. So they stick to what they know, and that's it. And I'm okay with that. You don't have to branch out and do an RPG game straight. A straight turn-based RPG game. They did do, oh my gosh, what is that game called? Something Zillert or something like that for the PS3, which was an RPG game, like an action RPG game, kind of like how you see Dynasty Warriors, where you can kind of move around the map and things like that. And then you do get levels. You do have to go buy swords, armor, spells, and things like that. It was actually pretty cool. So that's the only way I can see them going the furthest. But just keep making those Dynasty Warriors games, no matter what people say about it. I really do enjoy playing them, and everybody else could just hopefully it steps up, and that's what is cool. So enough about Koei Tecmo. I keep wanting to say Tecmo Koei, but weren't they Tecmo Koei before? Anyways, next up is, like I said, Street Fighter V has been a little bit of a rocky start. They have problems in the beginning. So far, from what I've seen, the biggest one to me is really the online battles. I couldn't get anyone. I was playing it just earlier, and I finally got one. I was like, oh my gosh, I finally got one, and I got my butt whooped. So I need a little bit more practice on it, but Russ is killing me on that. So, but I do need to get a little bit more practice. They do need to fix them though. So I mean, it took, even when I got to that match, it took like about 5 to 6 minutes to search, and then I finally got into it. Story mode, I know those are coming. They have I didn't want to write down the schedule, but they have the whole schedule of what they're planning to release and things like that. It's just a whole big schedule. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird. It's just a big old giant schedule. But they're just missing a lot of things that people hate. The game, like I said before, the core game itself, the fighting itself, is really, really good. It's probably top notch. You probably can't find it anywhere else, and it's tournament ready, and that's probably why they released it, because I think one of the Evo was coming up soon. I think so. I remember I read the tickets are almost or about to go on sale, so it's coming up soon, and that's probably why they're releasing it, because they want to get it into these guys, tournament players' hands. Maybe give them a month or so, a few weeks to get prepped up for that. Maybe a month. I don't know if you could do it in weeks. You probably could, but give them a month to prep for it and then do it. That's the only reason why I see them releasing the game such in this kind of a rocky state. No storyline. Storyline's there, but it's like 4 stages, and that's it for every character, 3 to 4 stages. No training mode. There's a training mode, but no whatchamacallit. It's the one where they actually tell you how to actually do all these moves and do all these combos. They don't have that. They're missing a lot of things, costumes and things like that. So it's a mess for them. So hopefully, like I said, it's not hopefully, but there is, a list for that, a schedule release for a lot of things. Like, hey, our shop isn't up yet. Why isn't it not up? I want to buy some freaking clothing, even if it's an alternate color. I don't care. Just put it up and let me fix Ryu to make him wear pink like Dan or somebody. But that is pretty much it for news. I don't have much for news. I should have been, doing it as the weeks gone by, but I kind of just picked them up, maybe just a few days ago. So, like I said, I didn't know I was going to do this video or not, but I decided to, let's give it a shot and talk about it. So, but hopefully, I did everything right. It looks like it's going to be pretty good. I mean, this is all I kind of want to do. Just give you guys an insight on what I've been playing. Give you guys some of the news that I think to me that it's really, really cool. It kind of just resides with me. And then last part, which I'm going to talk about next, is pretty much just what games I'll be playing next. Far Cry, was it Far Cry Primal? I think it's coming out soon. I think next week, so in a few days here. I might not even play that. I'm on the fence about that. I didn't really like Far Cry 4 that much. Was it 4? Yeah, Far Cry 4 that much. It was just literally just like Far Cry 3, just with kind of a different scene. But, you know, it's pretty much the same thing. I'm hoping for Far Cry Primal to be a little bit different. Probably won't be, but I'm still in the fence about that. Rust is always going to be a game I'll be playing. And I just kind of pop in, go farm, try to protect my place from getting raided. I've been raided so many times in that game. It's not even fun anymore, I guess. But that's the whole point of having playing Rust. No matter what they do to you, I seen some effed up stuff they did to me. Like they came in, took all my stuff. I farmed for days and then blocked me out of my house. And that's, to me, is the worst thing to do to a person. I've done it to a person once because, you know what? I told him, don't mess with me. Please don't mess with me. I don't like to fight. I just like to kind of stand here. He even said he wanted peace and everything. And then, I don't know where I was farming. He shot me and that got me going. And I'm just like, you know what? You are being a douche to me and you shouldn't have done it. So, and then I blocked him off from his house. And then when the walls started to crumble, I fixed them up. But, this is Rust. You know what? They knock you down, and then you just go out somewhere else and build a better place, and hopefully learn from what you did before, become a little bit better on how to build your fort, your base, whatever you want to build, your house, and just build from that. Rust is going to be a game I always come to, so it's going to be a thing I want to be talking about most of my videos, and I don't really want to do a video for that because I don't think it's fun to watch me play because, like I said, I just like to farm. I like to do just the simple stuff, nothing with raiding, funny things like that. I just keep to myself, maybe with my cousins. We play like a 4-man group most of the time. So we just go out and farm. They go out and do all that stuff. I just kind of just chill back and be like, yeah, I'll guard the house. I'll just stand here and guard the house. You guys go do what you guys want to do. And then maybe more Street Fighter. I got to get into that. I was a big fan of that. Street Fighter 4. I played a lot of Street Fighter 4. Maybe I'll go out and buy a fight stick. I don't know yet. I actually saw a controller fight stick. It looked like it had the controllers with the D-pad and the analog sticks, and then also didn't have. It was just like a straight path like this, and then you can just do like 6 buttons. Looks like a Genesis controller or something, but with like I think 6 buttons on the side. And you know what? I was never a good stick fighter. I can't play in the arcade. I can't do that. Every time I try to block, I always jumped and then get hit. So I can't do that. But hopefully, I don't know if I want to get the controller yet. It's like $59. I think it's a Mad Catz controller, or I could just step up and learn how to use a freaking fight stick, and then spend a little bit more for that. But at the same time, I don't know what I want to do with that. I kind of, like I said, I really want to get back into playing Street Fighter. Hopefully, it works out for me. But other than that, Rust is going to be taking my time. New games coming out. I totally forgot to get a list for that. But I don't think there's really anything big coming out soon. So the biggest one, like I said, is Far Cry Primal. The one after that would be Division, which is coming out probably the week after. And I got that pre-ordered. And also I'll be playing the beta. I think the beta comes out next week, so look out for that. It's an open beta, so you might just have to go on to PlayStation Network or play Xbox Live, or I think there's a Steam, maybe there's a Steam version for that too. I know it's a Steam version, but I don't know if there's a beta for that, but I would check it. I'm pretty sure there is, so go out and play that. Try it out, see how you like it. I personally like it. Mostly, if the Dark Zone's a little rough, hopefully they fix for that. Maybe that's a topic I'll talk about in the next video for this one next week, next Friday when I do the next video. Maybe that's a topic I'll talk about, which hopefully they can kind of what I don't like about the Dark Zone, what I like about the Dark Zone, and what bothers me, and what hopefully I can see them fix. But other than that will be a whole different topic for next week. But that is pretty much it. A lot of smaller games are coming out. So, like I said, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video here. Just listen to me rant, I guess. It's not even a podcast or anything like that. Or this, well, it can be a podcast. I guess it could be like podcast Peter does, talks about hats. But it's just me ranting about, what I played for this week, news of the story. Maybe I'll try and find better news that, is more wider range of news, but other than that, this is the first episode. Hopefully everything works out well. Hopefully next week I do a little bit better and we can get a little bit more form in this video here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys like it, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't like it, I need improvements, thumbs it down. I don't really care. You know what? It gives me more encouragement to make it better, and leave comments and everything. Go ahead and if you guys want to talk about something in next week's episode or next week's video, leave it in the comments. I'll talk about it. And you know what? We'll talk about video games. This is a video game video, and that's what I wanted to stay. I'll do another video for something else, hopefully soon. We'll look at that. But this is pretty much it for episode 1 of today. This is I guess we could call it ranting video, I guess. But this is Omegabalmung, and that's your buddy. Next time. Peace out.